Shalom. I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS, and salutations to you, brothers who's pushing this truth in the four corners, the highways and byways. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chodash. Brakatam. Alright, so just want to touch on this precept. Alright, mainly to the elect, the men that receive this understanding, the generation that aforetime, they are basically of whom Yahweh Bashim Yoshai is concerned. The elect, alright, the nation of Israel. This is Psalms chapter. This is Psalms chapter 94, verse 16. Right? But matter of fact, this point is in 16, but let me read from 14. It says, "For the Lord will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance." What's his inheritance? Alright, what's his inheritance, man? This is inheritance. Let's get that in Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7. It says, "Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy fathers, and he will show thee, the elders, and they will tell thee." Alright, and this is one of the major purposes. The elders, men of Israel, the men that live years before men after coming. Alright, their purpose is to basically pass down. It's like when we're gonna hand over a shift at work. Like the next shift that is coming in, basically they have a process that is called the handover process, whereby you give the relevant information to pass down, so that the information being relayed to the next shift that is fresh on the task or on the job, they would carry it on, and to also add to theirs. Likewise, when you come on, you pass on the information, relay that information. Alright, and likewise we do so in the regeneration, reincarnation. Right? So that's why we ask the elders and ask our fathers, of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. We seek the old path and not mix it with anything modern. Alright? Verse 8, it says, "When the Most High divided the nation their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel." It says, "For the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance." Alright, so Israel, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Alright, so going back on Psalms 96. Salakio. Here's it, Psalms. Psalms 94. Reading back verse 14. It says, "For the Lord will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance." Alright? It says, "But judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the unrighteousness in heart, and all the upright in heart shall follow it." Alright, because judgment shall return to righteousness, because as of right now, folly is in this place. Right? This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 5. It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, right? It says, as an error which proceeded from the ruler, right? It says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places, right? So the rich is the children of Israel, the large portion, and the foolish, the ones that, you know, is now equipped with the wisdom of Yahweh Shemir Shai, they holding in great dignity, right? Verse 7, it says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. All right, so yeah, so that's why righteousness, judgment shall return to righteousness. All right, yeah. So reading 15, it says, but judgment shall return unto the righteous, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. All right, you know, they that love Yahweh Shem Shai, they gonna follow righteousness. They will not go off. They will follow the old ways, the ways that were passed down from the fathers. All right, this is verse 16. It says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? It says, or who will stand up for me against the worker of iniquity? All right, so this is a question. Let's answer that. All right, this is one is Jeremiah chapter 8. This is Jeremiah chapter 14 and verse 17. All right, it's 14 and let me see if I had it right. So that could be so Yeah, it's Jeremiah chapter 26. And reading from verse 4. It says, "And thou shalt say unto them, Thus said the Lord, if ye will not hearken to me to walk in my law, which I have sent before you," right? To hearken to the words of my servants, the prophets, whom I sent unto you, both rising up early and sending them, saying, but ye have not hearkened, them will I make this house like Silo, and will make this city a curse to all the nation of the earth. Alright, so that's basically what happened to the house of Israel. Right, but the point is the ones that would stand up for Yahweh Shemeshai is the ones that are sent of Yahweh Shemeshai. Alright, that preach this word, that defend the gospel, that preach Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and hold to the words, of the Asians, and not change, trim ways to seek love, change these things that are written. This is the precept I was going to read, Jeremiah 14:14. It says, "Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets that prophesy lie in my name, I send them not, neither have I commanded them, neither speak unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their hearts." Exactly, because these men, they preach after for their own, for lucracy, after their own, for what they will. Alright, and not after the words of Yahweh Shemeshai. However, they use these words, but yet still they're not saying the things that the scriptures are saying. Alright. 15, it says, "Therefore thus says the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I send them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land, but sword and famine shall those prophets be by sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed." Exactly, because what? Remember, if these men, they just preaching for their own benefit, and they come in their own name, right? Make it as like if they are a messenger of Yahweh power, they wouldn't want this place to go. So they would preach about, the how to basically survive in this place. And in order to survive in this place, you got to train your ways to seek love. Right? The scripture said, "To surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroy the heart." And a lot of these men be taking, bribe, trimming the ways. Alright? Right, this is the book of Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 7. Like Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4, it says, "And the Lord said unto him, go through the city." You know what? Let me read from verse 1. It says, "He cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, Cause them that have charge over the city draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand." It says, "And behold, 6 men came from the way of a higher gate, which lieth towards the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with writers in corn by his side. And they went in and stood before the brazen altar, and the glory of the Lord of Israel was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer in corn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. And to others he said, In mine hearing, go ye after them through the city, and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slaughter old and young, both maid and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began all the ancient men which were before the house. So so these men basically that Yahweh Shemeshai had the basically mark. These men are the ones who's going to stand up for him, right? Stiffly. These men basically, they don't have the pleasure in this world. They're not going to look for wealth, thinking that godliness is gain and these things. To believe that that we could make the kingdom on this end, right? And for you brothers who holding out for Yahweh Shemeshai, keep holding. Don't be despair, because in this time, like it said, in this time attempting, a lot of old thoughts that we are defeated once, they're gonna come again to us to give us basically offer a second time, to offer us a part in this kingdom before it go. It's like a last chance to see, if we have a taste before it go. Right? We gotta stay safe and maintain that we don't need it. Right? Just like the scripture says in the New Testament, when an old spirit leave a man, right? He come back when he see the house swept and garnished clean, he come back with 7 more like himself. You understand? So that's how the tempt is. He leave you for a season. So the thoughts of, when you come into this, shoot the fire that you was on, that sorting off on things you won't do in the world, you go against it, you preach against it, you stand against it. You stand for Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, right? And not give in. Because in these last days, the tempter is doing his thing. Alright? The tempter is doing his thing. Let me get one more precept. Here's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as had afflicted him and had no account of his labor. Yeah, because people watch our life and they speak down on it. How we living, we looking like we punish, we ain't want to do nothing for ourselves. Alright? Especially when the that chip come out. Right? That system, the mark for graduate for the system. Alright? We gonna be against it, they gonna be saying the same thing. Alright? It says, when they see it, verse 2, when they see it, they shall be in trouble with terrible fear, and shall be amazed with the and be amazed with the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for, and they repented and groaned for anguish of the spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh, and his lot is among the saints? And he says, therefore have we erred from the way of righteousness, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose upon us, not upon us. Verse 7 says, we weary ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through desert where there lay no way. But as for the way of Yahweh, we have not known it. Exactly, because, well, you didn't stand up for Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. You didn't try to know Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. You didn't want to exercise, the patience in Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. Right? So basically these men did so, and they stand up for Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. Right? So the sacrifice of the Lord, is a contrite heart and a broken spirit. Right? And hey, we tormented every day for Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. Alright, we grow weary in this place. But what Yahweh Hashem Yeshai is who revive us, who regenerate us to keep up pushing on, to stand strong. Right? Hey, we want to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Akakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of JMS. And salutations to you brothers who's pushing the truth in the four corners, the highways and byways. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Akakadash. Shalom. Brakatam.